Today's sermon: Ask, believe, and receive. Coming from the scripture of James chapter 1, verses 5 to 6. And it reads, If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to him. But when you ask, you must believe and not doubt. Family, let's be real. Life will put you in some situations where you just don't know what to do. You'll have questions without answers, problems without solutions, and decisions that could change everything. And it's in those moments James tells us if you lack wisdom, ask God. Notice he didn't say if you lack money, ask God. He didn't say if you lack likes on Instagram, ask God. He didn't even say if you lack opportunities, ask God. James says the one thing you can't afford to live without is wisdom, because money without wisdom would be wasted. Opportunities without wisdom would be missed. Influence without wisdom would be dangerous. Wisdom is the difference maker. Today, I got 3 points I'd like to share with you. My first point is God gives wisdom freely. James tells you something here about God's character. He's not stingy with wisdom. He gives it generously and without finding fault. That means God doesn't look at your past mistakes and say, nah, you don't qualify. He doesn't say, you should have figured it out by now. Nope, he gives it freely. Think about Wi Fi. When you connect, the signal is already there. You just got to log in. God's wisdom is the same way, always available, always flowing. All you got to do is connect through prayer. My second point is you got to believe. James warns us, don't come asking and doubting at the same time. That's like trying to drive with one foot on the gas and one foot on the brake. You're not going anywhere. Faith is the key that unlocks the wisdom of God. Prayer without belief is just noise, but prayer with faith, that's power. Imagine going to the bank to cash a check, but when they ask for your ID, you say, I don't think I really have an account. You'll never do that. But sometimes we treat God that just like that, praying for wisdom while secretly doubting he'll answer. My third and final point is wisdom will guide your life. When you ask and believe, wisdom will show up in your decisions, in your relationships, in your finances, and even in your struggles. Wisdom will tell you when to speak and when to stay quiet. Wisdom will show you which doors to walk through and which ones to avoid. Wisdom will remind you not to react out of emotions, but to respond with understanding. And here's the blessing: God's wisdom doesn't just help you survive, it helps you thrive. In closing, so what do you do with James' message? One, ask boldly. Don't be afraid to ask God. Two, believe fully. Trust that He will answer, even if you don't see it right away. Three, receive wisely. Walk in the wisdom He gives you. Because when you ask, believe, and receive, you'll discover that God's wisdom will carry you farther than your own knowledge ever could. My final word is stop trying to Google everything. Start going to God for everything. Ask, believe, and watch Him supply wisdom that will blow your mind. Until the next sermon, blessings, fam.